Ngcatshe. Witness number 28 on the list. Ngcatshe will be Ngcatshe.
Okay. Yeah, so the witness is, sir?
Amagama phela.
Please state your full names.
My name's
Amagama phela lebuti.
Khaya Ngcatshe.
Khaya Ngcatshe.
Any objection taking the proceedings?
Ungaba nenkinga ukuthi uthathe isifungo sokukhuluma iqiniso?
No.
No objection.
Do you swear that the evidence about to give the court is the truth, nothing but the truth? Please raise your right hand and say so help you God.
Manje ke ngabe uyafunga ukuthi ufakazi ozokuthula la ngatolo kuba iqiniso. Iqiniso lodwa iqiniso liphelele. Mangabe kunjalo phakamisa esokudla isandla uthi inkosi incede ngikhuluma iqiniso.
Inkosi incede ngikhuluma iqiniso.
Shown in your lordship.
Mr. Ngcatshe, you can take off your mask, or do you prefer to give you?
I can take it.
Mr. Ngcatshe, where do you live?
Hlala kuphi Ngcatshe?
Jamestown.
I reside in Jamestown.
The address, just give us.
Awusinikeza i-address
St.
ephelele.
Primrose.
Isho ke baba?
8th Avenue, Primrose.
Okay, i-address
Yes. Your
I
parental-
reside in Primrose,
Your parental place.
ekhaya.
1350 Kutwanong Street,
13
Phosphorus.
510 Kutlwanong Street in Phosphorus.
Which section?
Section 18.
Mzamo.
That is Mzamo section.
Do you know the Khumalos?
Abaka Khumalo yabazi?
Yes.
I know them.
And the witness that has just stood down, Ms. Zandi Khumalo, do you know her?
Uzandi ke yena uyamazi Zandi Khumalo?
Yebo.
Yes, I know her.
Where do you live in relation to the Khumalos?
Uma uthathenise nala kuhlala khona ke laba kwaKhumalo, wena uhlala kuphi? Ukude kangakanani nakwaKhumalo?
Next door.
They're my next door neighbors.
We just want to show you a photo, that will be photo 4 of Exhibit D.
This is photo number 4. Yabona mula.
Yeah, yeah.
Are you able to indicate where your house is? Your parental house?
Oh, ngakwazi ukuthi mhlawumbe ushingisela ngalesi sithombe ukuthi ekhaya kini bekuphi.
Yeah, Landry Fresh Brick. Next door.
The house that is depicted there, it is also a face brick house. The next door house.
Photo 5.
Egope uma sibheka la.
Ingapha ngaku right.
It is on the right hand side of the picture.
It's photo 6 of Exhibit D.
Asibheke la laphana ke masibonise ukuthi ngakuphi.
Ayibonakali kahle ngapha ngaku right.
It is still on the right, even though it is not well depicted on this picture.
How are your properties separated? How is your parental property separated from the Khumalos?
Bohlukanise ini.
Kunebonda ngaphakathi. Kunebonda disturbances.
There is a wall that separates the two houses. What we call stop nonsense or your precast wall.
You can use the pointer if you.
Okay. Go in local.
Ibonda elisihlukanisayo.
Yeah, this is the partitioning wall that I'm referring to.
Okay.
Where is your room located in relation to the Khumalo's house?
Manje, ngabe ke ilokho njani? The room.
Yes, your room.
Iroom lakho ke uma uqhathanisa nabakhumalo likulona.
It's not your bedroom.
Ungasikhomba lapho kulesi sithombe.
Yeah,
Kulapho.
lapha ya.
Okay. It appears the middle window of the next door house has been pointed, or the light has been shown on that middle window that is depicted on the right hand side of that picture.
Is it correct that your father is Mr. Leslie Ngcatshe, who was witness number 27 on the witness list?
Leslie Ngcatshe, number 7 we list le yama witness okanye ufakazi ubaba.
Yebo.
That is correct. Leslie Ngcatshe is my father.
What is the position now regarding Utata?
Kanti ke manje kwenzakala ngotata simo sakhe okanye kwenzakala manje ngotata.
Uye washiwa baba.
He passed on.
More or less, when was that?
Washona nini?
Nge-10 zakaJune
Muphi unyaka?
2023.
He passed on the 10th of June 2023. Zama ukuphakamisa voice baba.
Thank you. On the 26th of October 2014, a certain incident occurred on the day that led to your coming to court to testify today. Is that correct?
Manje ke khona isigameko esenzeke nge-26 October 2014. Leso sigameko esenza ukuthi uyithola usenkantolo namhlanje. Uyasikhumbula leso sigameko?
Yebo.
I remember the incident.
Yes. Can you tell the court in your own words what happened? You can start earlier in the evening.
Okay. Ungazama ke mhlawumbe ukuthi utshele inkantolo ukuthi kwenzakalani amagama wakho. Mulikazi nje ntambamanyana nje.
Okay. Ilanga lakhona bekuyi Sunday.
On that day in question, it was on a Sunday.
Ilanga lakhona saphuma nomfowethu siya ku concert eKatlehong.
On that day, my brother and I went out to a concert in Katlehong.
What is the name of your brother?
Bani gama lakhe?
Bulelani.
Bulelani is the name.
Yes.
And then we came back ngisekho sure ngesikhathi kodwa sabuya ke sekuntambamanyana.
Upon our return, it was reasonably in the evening. I cannot recall the exact time, what time it was.
Okay. Then ke sangena endlini.
And then we walked into the house, or we got into the house.
Then ngaye kamereni lami waye kamereni lakhe.
I went into my bedroom. He also went into his bedroom.
Who are you referring to?
Manje, ukhuluma ngobani ke mawuthi?
My brother.
I'm referring to my brother.
Yes. Bulelani.
Yes.
Bulelani. That's correct.
Then bengise kamereni lami mina ngibusy ngiprepare la for umsebenzi.
Then I was in my bedroom preparing to go to work.
Just a minute.
Is it the bedroom that you have just shown now
Yes.
That is correct.
Yes, you may proceed.
Ngaqhubeka ke.
And then ngiyezwa kune noise ekhalayo.
Then I heard some noise.
An unusual noise.
Bekumsindo nje ungajwayelekile.
Then ngavula umnyango.
I then opened the door
From my bedroom.
Kamkake kule gumbi lami lokulala.
So which door did you open?
Ele camera lam.
I'm referring to my bedroom door.
Yes.
And then ngiyezwa nasendlini ukuthi ngathi nabo bane they are bakhuza something kunento bayikhuzayo nabo.
Well, I heard from the house that there was something that they were actually reprimanding, or that they were exclaiming about.
Then
Which house are you referring to?
Manje kukhuluma ngayiphi indlu?
our house.
Ngisho lapha ekhaya kithi.
Could you determine where the noise was coming from?
Ukwazile ke ukusho okanye ukuthola ukuthi lo msindo uqhamuka kuphi?
Ngiyakhona ukuthola ukuthi ngizama ukuthola ukuthi uzwa from which side.
I tried to determine as to from which side was the sound coming.
So ke ngaphakama ke embedeni
I stood up from the bed.
and ngaya ewindweni lele engikuboniselwa lona.
I then proceeded to the same window that I actually shown on that I depicted, or that I pointed out on the picture.
Yes.
Then mangivula window,
As I opened the window,
ifestere lami libhekane nale festere elincane lapha ekitchen
a kitchen
next door. Lase next door.
Now, my bedroom window is opposite or facing,
Sort of diagonal.
diagonally facing the small kitchen window of the neighbors.
If you say the neighbors who are referring to?
The Khumalos.
I'm referring to the Khumalos.
Let's refer them as such.
Usho njalo uthi Khumalo.
Okay.
Understood?
Just want to show you photo 9.
Ngizokukhombisa ke lesi sithombe photo number 9.
Can you use that photo to illustrate your evidence?
Ungakwazi ke ukuthi usibonise ke ngalesi sithombe. The light has been shown on the small window to the right, close to sort of a corner of that house.
Yes, photo 9 of Exhibit D, my lord. Yeah, which window is that? I'm sorry, my lord.
No, it's okay.
Yeah. Yes, which window is that?
Ifestela lepika
Ililia.
elala. Yini lefestela lelikhombile? Festela lana.
I'm not sure, man. It's just ifestere elincane nje. Li diagonal than iroom yami so.
I am uncertain what that window is, but this is a small window that is diagonally opposite to the window of my bedroom. Shonjala?
Yeah. Yes, we will proceed.
So ngathi mangivula ke ngabona from that window ngabona umuntu ogcoka iskipa esi-white.
Kulelo festela elincane. Mawuthi from that window usho ifestela lakho.
From ifestera lam mangivula ikhetini kancane. Ngabona kulela festere. Umuntu ogcoka iskipa esimhlophe.
All right. As I open my window,
abheke phakathi endlini.
As I opened my window, I then saw somebody that was wearing a white t-shirt standing at that window that I had pointed on that picture, that is photo number 9. And he had faced into the house. In other words, his back against me.
Yes, if you can just show there where you saw the person.
Just
this.
Yeah,
but
ukhulume sibuzo.
Shuthi nami ngivele mangizwa le noise ngingavula ngespeed just to check ukuthi man what's that actual noise. Mangivula ngabona umqolo wakhe isikiphe esimhlophe ame lapha.
Okay, lapha la pointe khona.
La ngipointe khona.
Yeah, I heard the noise and quickly opened the window, and when I looked at that house, I then saw him there standing at that very spot, which was shown by the light, and then he had his back against me. In other words, I could see his back.
Yes.
Okay.
So ke lapho bekusana lokhu kunemsindonyana yabona ngaleso sikhathi.
So there still was some noise even during that time.
So ngake ngavala ke ngaphuma from my room sengiyakuphi manje ngiyobheka ukuthi kahle kahle kwenzakalani.
Uphuma endlini.
Ngiphuma ekamereni lami.
I then walked out of my room now to try and investigate what was happening.
So mangisaphuma kanti ngihlangana nobaba ephasejini.
As I walked out of my bedroom, I then met with my father in the passage.
Then saphuma ke sesiphuma sisese ekitchen manje.
Both of us proceeded to the kitchen.
Then
so which kitchen?
Our kitchen.
That is our kitchen.
If photo 4 can be shown again, just indicate where the kitchen door is. Photo 4 of exhibit D, my lord.
Yeah. A light has been shown on the house that is to the far right of the picture, and there's a door there that was pointed at with the light.
Yes, we will proceed.
Okay, saphuma ke ithe masifike eminyango masivela ke manje masiphume kitchen. So nje masiqede ukuphuma
ngomnyango wase kitchen
masivela so kwaba sekuba nomfana ojampayo.
Now, as we exited the house through the kitchen door, just as we exited the house, then there was a young man that jumped that wall or the fence.
Yeah, just use the photo to illustrate
your
evidence.
Now, the precast wall has been pointed at by this light.
Yes.
And we,
as what?
Njengoba ukhomba laphayana ukhomba ini ukhomba ukuthini shukuthini lento ikhombayo
kahle kahle lapha ngisakhumbuli kahle ukuthi wa jumpa kuphi kodwa yena ngambona ukuthi usejaridini ujumpe ini ibonda lethu
leli bowulikhomba
angikho sure ukuthi ileli or because manje igate belikhiwe yabona.
Well, I am uncertain. as to whether what I had pointed, that precast wall that I had pointed, is the exact spot where he actually jumped. I know that he had jumped and that the gate was closed, but I'm just uncertain as to whether the spot where he jumped could be that one that has been pointed on that picture.
If you say your gate was closed, which gate are you referring to?
Mauti igate lalivaliwe, ukhuluma ngaliphi igate?
Elincane lengaphambili.
Elincane. I'm referring to the small gate that is in front.
Yeah.
Ilona little gate okhuluma ngalo.
Ukuthi belikhiwe.
This is the gate that I'm referring to say that it was locked. And the light is being, or rather, it is pointing at the small gate, which is now appearing on that same picture.
Now, the young man that you are referring to, where did you see him?
Lo mfana lo mbone kuphi? Lo khuluma ngayo.
Ngimbone la, yabona phakathi ejaridini la.
I actually saw him inside of the yard, and there is a particular spot just, I should think, behind the gate there, but the bigger gate.
Precast wall.
Okay, Your Lordship, this, the light is playing around the precast wall next to the small gate, and that is where the witness is indicating that he saw that young man at.
Yes, you may continue.
Okay, so masihlangana naye nathi siyathuka ukuthi hawu ubani lo muntu ufunani yabo.
Now, when we met with him, we are also shocked. Who is this person? What is he doing here?
What time was it, more or less?
Bekungaba ngobani nje isikhathi?
Mara I can't be sure, but after 7 p.m.
I am unsure about it. It could have been after 7 p.m.
Yes. Proceed.
So masihlangana naye bengiphethe I steel rod.
When we met with him, I was in possession of a steel rod. There's also a demonstration in terms of the length. I was in possession of the steel rod. It's actually longer than demonstrated. However, the witness has used 2 hands to indicate that he was in possession of the steel rod.
Yes, you may continue.
So when mangimbona ejaridini masesihlangana naye simconfronta ngaphakamisa lensimbi le.
Now, as we saw him and we confronted him, I lifted up this steel rod. And again, 2 hands have been used to demonstrate how the steel rod was lifted into one side of the body, that is one shoulder.
And then ithe mangenza kanjalo wakhuza wathi hey ucela singamlimazi asukuye umuntu onecala la.
Now, when we did that, he cautioned us and indicated to us that he is not the one. Akusuye wenza njani?
Onecala, like uzamkusho into njengaleyo.
He said something to the effect that he is not the one that should be accused.
Yes, and proceed.
Then ke sambuza ukuthi usho kanjani
We then asked him, what do you mean?
Wathi ke yena usho ukuthi kunenkinga eyenzakalile ngapha next door.
He then said that he is implying that there is some problem that had transpired at the next door neighbor's house.
So God please, my Lord, the state is going to call this witness. May the TS evidence be provisionally allowed.
Yes. No offense. No objection. Okay.
Yes.
Ake samiyeka ke cause nathi today si confused manje ukuthi kwenzakalani.
We then left him alone because even ourselves were confused as to what was happening.
Waseke ajumpa yena ke abuyela ngale.
He then jumped the fence again back into the next door neighbor's house. So Khumalo. Back into the Khumalo's house.
Where did he jump?
Wajumpa kuphi ke?
Not kidding. Khona lesi sinye ngathi.
There's another picture that is
44.
of a property picture there.
Yeah.
This one's.
Wajumpa somewhere.
Somewhere there where the light is shown.
Asekabuyele move.
That is when he was now jumping back into the Khumalo's house.
Yes.
Ungaqhubeka.
Wathi makajumpa ngathi nami ngiyajumpa.
As he jumped, I then decided to jump as well.
Where did you jump?
When wajumpa kuphi?
Bengisathi ngiyajumpa la ubaba wangiqanda.
I was still trying to jump. Then my father stopped me.
Wathi ubaba uzwe into engathi ifana nesibhamu. So ngingajumpa.
As a court pleases, what your father told me you may not disclose to the court. Is it correct that your father made a report to you?
Lokho baba khatshele kona akusikhona kangako ongakutshela inkantolo kanti ke khona nje isibikezelo baba kwakunikeza sona kunjalo. It is correct?
Yes, then.
Bese ke sahlala ke eCharitin azange ngisaphuma ke.
I nahlala eCharitin kimi. I then remained in our yard. I no longer went to the Khumalos.
Ngathi mangisuka lapho ngangena endlini ke ngaye ekamereni la kamfethu.
Thereafter, I went into the house and proceeded to my brother's bedroom.
Then bengiyomazisa naye ukuthi because bekasesekamereni ukuthi bheka kunenkinga ekhona la next door.
I had gone to inform him that there is now some problem that has transpired or some trouble that had taken place.
Yes.
Saphuma ke sesiphuma endlini ngaphuma endlini ngazophuma ngazoma lapha khona eCharitin ngaphandle.
Mauthi saphuma
bekusese yimi nobaba nomfethu naye walandela.
Okay. We then walked or exited our house. This time around, it was myself, my father, and my brother followed. Wafike wama kuphi?
Besaxoxa khona la eCharitin la.
And then we stood there in our yard where the light has been shown. And we're busy conversing.
Yes.
then lapho ke kwasuke bese kuphithizela nje sekune commotion ukukhala ama scream nasestrateni kuna some neighbors kusanabantu nje around.
Now, there were now a lot of movements now. There was some commotion and some were screaming along the street. There were some neighbors as well that were just moving in that vicinity.
Yes. Now, just before you proceed, Mr. Ngcatshe, that initial noise that you heard that made you to look through your bedroom window, can you describe it?
Yabona lo msindo ke oke wawuzwa phambilini. Ungakwazi ukuthi mhlambe usinikeze ke umfanekiso wa lo msindo.
Okay, umsindo lo wangeza ukuthi ngiyefestereni because ngicala ngezwe commotion or kushawutwana or ngathi kuyaphushwana.
Now, the noise that prompted me to go to the window was some commotion. It appears as though people were pushing each other.
So kahle into eya catch attention eyaba loud wakhala umnyango like umnyango ngathi uvaleka kabuhlungu.
Now, what caught my attention the most is that there was a sound of a banging door. As though the door was being roughly closed.
Which door?
The Khumalo's.
That is the Khumalo's.
Kitchen.
The Khumalo's kitchen door. Now, on photo number 9, the witness is pointing at the door that is depicted on that picture.
Yes.
This is the noise that I heard at the time that I was in the bedroom.
Is it the only noise that you heard?
Ngasikhathi ngisendlini ngiphuma endlini ngepassage ngazwa ukuthi bekunemisindo eminingi manje angazi ukuthi ngizathoma uphi yini mara ngezwe into engathi ifana nento engathi itiye icouplet libethe kaphansi.
Now, as I was in the passage on my way to the kitchen, there were various sounds that were making that noise. I couldn't tell which noise was what type of a noise, but there was a stage where I heard a sound that is similar to that of a cup that was breaking, a teacup that was breaking.
Yes, we may continue.
So masesilapha ngaphandle ke kwaba nento ekhulunywayo lapha ngaphandle abantu esibaziyo ukuthi kunabantu abagijimile bashonele enzansi.
When we were outside, something to the effect that there are people that ran down the street. Abantu abaphumile or abantu abagijimile. Yes, there are people that ran down the street.
So saphuma ke
Which street are you referring to?
Ukhuluma ngasephi street?
The main street.
Main street.
Istrata lesi sala khona istrata leso.
The same street of my place of residence.
So 41 and 2 of Exhibit D.
Yeah,
East.
Yes.
Yeah, the street has been pointed out by the light on photo number 1.
Yes, we proceed.
Ngaqhubeka.
Sake sesiyaphuma ke nabanye abomakhelwane saphuma siyehla ke bathi siyehle downwards ngaleso strata ke sayehla group.
We walked out, ourselves and some few neighbors, and we went down the same street. It was said that we should go down the same street, and it was a group. We were a group of people.
Which direction?
Natata yipi direction.
41.
Sayehla siya kanje. Siyenzansi.
The light is being shown there that we went down the street, and it keeps on making a movement towards the bottom right of that picture. That is the corner, the bottom right corner of that picture.
Yes.
Sayehla masifika kune park, safikele park.
Well, we eventually got to a park as we were walking down that street.
How far is the park from your house?
Ikude kangakanani nasekhaya le park?
Maybe 200 meters.
It is about 200 meters, estimatedly. 200 meters.
Did you say you and the neighbors walk towards the park?
Usho kanjalo wena nabomaki naya kuleyo park?
Saya ke besiphuthuma khona nje sayehla sayipark.
Wena nabomaki? That's correct. Myself and the neighbors, we rushed to the park.
Yes.
Where?
Masifike park, sabheka park, sangena park, samela almost ngasemaphakathini park.
Na mawuthi nabheka usho uthini?
Masifike park, sangena phakathi park, sabheka.
Or you were searching?
Yes.
Now, when we got to the park, we got into the park, and we started looking around or searching in that vicinity of the park.
And azange sibone muntu.
And we couldn't see anyone.
Kula ke sasuka ke epark sabuyela endlini.
From there, we left the park and went back home.
Yes.
Masifika endlini saya ke azange sisangena endlini saya straight sesingena egate lakhabo Khumalo.
When we got back home, we actually went straight into the Khumalo's house, through the gate of the Khumalo's house.
Yes, we may proceed.
Sathi masingena ke sangena masifika emnyango kula sibona khona the late usenzo alele khona pha epassagini phakathi ekitchen.
When we got to the house and we got to the door, that is when we noticed the late Senzo lying down in the passage close to the kitchen. Ngase kitchen noma eduze ngase kitchen.
Mangathi yangena kancane sengathi uzofikela epassagini lasendlini.
As you get inside of the house, as though now you are proceeding to the passage of the house,
Yes.
Kula ke
Where exactly was he lying?
Ubelele kuphi kahle kahle?
If maybe we can show you this sketch plan.
Yes, perhaps if there's a picture there, I'll be able to show you.
The sketch plan of Exhibit D.
I don't have a D here on this file. Like Exhibit D.
I was just trying to show you. That will show you the sketch plan.
The sketch plan.
Right in the center.
Can I let the witness mark with an X?
Yeah, perhaps you can just demonstrate. How did you enter the house? Through which door did you enter the house?
Okay, asiqale lapho. Nangena endlini ngamuphi umnyango.
Sangena ngase kitchen.
We access the house through the kitchen door.
Yes.
Okay, nasi ke sketch plan lesi.
Sangena kitchen.
The kitchen door has been pointed on the sketch plan.
Yes. Yena bekalele Samuel.
There is at the end of the kitchen, the light has been shown there, something that looks like an entrance into some kind of a room or passage.
Yes, you may proceed.
So ke mangena into yokuqala ngayibona ngabona leskipe esimhlophe.
Okay, when we got in, the first thing that I had noticed was this white t-shirt.
Then sabona ukuthi hawo kahle kahle lo muntu lo olele la usenzo.
We then realized that this particular person, in an actual fact, that is lying down here is Senzo.
Yes, did you know him prior to this day?
Ubumazi phambi kwalesi sigameko.
Bengizwa nje ukuthi nokufika mara bengakatholi chance okuhlangana naye.
I would only hear about his coming or that he would arrive there, but I had never had a personal encounter or interaction with him.
Yes, you may proceed.
So ithe masibona ke lonto.
How was he lying?
Ubelele kanjani?
Bekalele bheke phezulu.
He was lying face upwards. Was lying face up.
Yes.
So sa shesheke sabambisana ke nabafethu namanibazi samhlalisa sazama ukumphakamisa.
Okay.
Ahlale upright.
Mawuthi nabafenu.
Sengishuthi the neighbors that I was with.
Now we then helped each other, myself and the neighbors, and the witness had referred to his neighbors as brothers, the neighboring brothers, and we tried to let him sit up.
And from there, sazami kwaba nento ekhulunywa ke ukuthi arashe lesibhedlela.
Then it was said that he should be rushed to the hospital.
Just a minute. Yes, did you notice anything
Khona mhlambe waqaphela
regarding Mr. Senzo Meiwa?
ngayo
His condition?
ubesesimeni esinjani?
I noticed ukuthi bekane sort of islonda la on his chest or upper body.
Well, I noticed that he had a wound on the chest, or perhaps I should say on the upper body. Again, there was a demonstration poking on the front part of the body in that area of the upper abdomen and perhaps lower chest.
Yes, and what was the condition of that wound?
Manje lesi silonda sibonile ke o leli nxeba olibonile belinjani?
Inye ngikhona ukusho kodwa because bekungananto kakhulu bekune nje ukubona nje kunengathi into engathi idote li red nje ngoba iskipper semhlophe ngathi igazi encane nje.
There wasn't anything that one could say that it was a bigger evidential thing. Safe to say that it was a spot or a stain of
Igazi.
a stain of blood.
Yes, proceed.
So ke from lapho ke samthatha sabambisana ke ngoba bekasinda.
Now, from then on, we helped each other to carry him because he was heavy.
How many were you?
Benungaki.
Angisakhumbuli kahle but yeah angisakhumbuli kahle mara besikhona abantu besi at least 6 or 7 bekhona nje aba yeah sincedisana.
I cannot clearly remember how many we were. There were a number of people though. I can estimate about 5-6 people. There were a reasonable number of people that had assisted each other there.
Yes.
Sabambisana ke samtshata samfaka ku X6 ebebe pakela picture.
We helped each other to carry him and put him inside of the X6 vehicle that was parked at the Khumalo's house.
If photo 2 of Exhibit D can be shown.
The vehicle that is depicted on the picture is being pointed at by this witness.
Yes.
Samfaka ke ku back seat.
We then loaded him into the back seat of the vehicle.
Yes.
And then basuka ke X6 yahamba towards isibhedlela.
They then drove off, and I mean the X6 was driven off from there to the hospital.
Did you see who the occupants of the vehicle were?
Uye wabona ukuthi abagibeli baleyo moto bekubani?
Angikhumbuli bonke abanye because ithema simfaka savala imoto.
I cannot remember others because after we have loaded him into the vehicle, we then closed the doors, or we closed the vehicle.
And the last people I saw in the car when I closed sivala lo mnyango bekuzandi noKheli.
And the last people that I saw or noticed when we closed the doors of the vehicle,
abebengaphakathi kwemoto.
who were occupants of that vehicle, it was Zandi and Kheli. Uthi-ke abantu bokugcina bokuthi ngibabona uma-ke sesivala-ke iy'gabha zale moto abebengaphakathi kwaleyo moto uZandi noKheli.
Now, the person that you describe as a young man whom you saw on your property, when you came back from the park, did you see him?
Lo mfana bokhuluma naye ngaye mase ngiqhamuka khona laphana elokhunjaneni ephakini nikwazile ukuthi nimbone mase nibuya-ke senibuye ephakini.
Ingqondo yami nami iye yadisturbeka masifika kulasini, so ezinye izinto zange sasikhumbula kahle, but yena ngicama ukuthi uye bekuyi-one of abantu basincedisa ukufaka.
My mind was a bit disturbed, particularly when we got back to the scene, when we got to that scene. And I would think that he also was one of the people that were lending hand as we were picking up Senzo.
Yes, you may proceed.
Ngaqhubeka.
Okay, sithe masiqeda ukumfaka emotweni ke saphuma ke ngabuyela ekhaya mina.
After we have loaded him into the vehicle, I then walked back home.
Did you see who was driving the vehicle?
Uye wabona ukuthi ubani obe driver le moto?
Yebo.
Yes, I saw who was driving the vehicle.
Yes.
Ubani?
BekuKheli bekadrive.
It was Kheli that was driving the car.
Yes, you may proceed.
Ungaqhubeka.
So ke masibuyela endlini ngabuyela ke ngayikhuluma nomama nobaba bachazela into engicela ukuyibona.
As we went back into the house, I then related to my mom and my father pertaining what I had just witnessed.
Yes.
That's about it.
Yeah, that's because after lapho mhlambe sesahlala into engathi boma 20 minutes endlini, then
And again,
ekhaya
after that, we remained in the house for about 20 minutes.
Yes.
from lapho sa decide ke ukuthi yazi asikho asazi kwenzakalani ngomfethu lapha, so nga decide ukuthi ithi start imoto nabanye aba neighbors nomfethu ukuthi siyele esibhedlela siyozokuthi kwenzakalani ngomfethu.
Okay. Mawuthi mfethu kukhuluma ngobani ngoba ubhuti wakho mfethu ngomfethu ekumele nazi.
The late Senzo.
Okay. From there we decided that we should go find out as to what is happening with the late Senzo. That was communicated between ourselves and my brother and some few neighbors that perhaps we should start a vehicle and drive to the hospital to go and establish as to what state is he in. And I'm referring to Senzo. What state is Senzo in?
Yes.
Then indeed sangena emotweni saya ke masifika khona esibhedlela sezwa ke ukuthi uSenzo sekashonile.
We indeed drove off, proceeded to the hospital, and upon arrival at the hospital, that's when we heard that Senzo has passed on.
Yes.
Atubega.
Hayi sathi ke masuka lapho hayi sabuyela endlini ke.
From then on, we proceeded back home.
Yes.
And then yeah,
That's
kwase isoke kwaphela kanjalo.
that's about it. That's how it ended.
Do you know if this incident was reported?
Uyakwazi ukuthi lesigameko sa reportwa yini
To the authorities?
abantu abasemagunyeni indawo esemagunyeni amaphoyisa kanjalo uyakwazi ukuthi reportwa
Ngiyazi ukuthi ya reportwa.
I know that it was reported.
Yes, just explain to the court what happened.
Awusitshele kwenzakalani
Khona lapha yana ithema kwenzeka lento kusane well masibuya le epark kwaba nomuntu othi kimi ucela ngibancede sifone lamaphoyisa.
Now, during that stage, when we were coming back from the park, there was somebody that said to me that I should assist him or her with my phone
Sifone lamaphoyisa.
so that we can phone call the police.
Yes.
So ke ngaphuthuma endlini ngathatha ifoni yami ngabafonela amaphoyisa.
I quickly went into the house, took my phone, and phone called the police.
Do you remember which number you phoned?
Uyakhumbula wafonela yiphi number mawufonela amaphoyisa?
Angikhumbuli kahle mara ngicabanga ukuthi iyo le 10111.
I am uncertain about it, or I cannot recall clearly, but I think it was 10111.
Was it before you went into the kitchen and discovered the deceased there?
Phambi kokuthi
When you
unge-
made this call?
Shuthi mawenza le phone call phambi kokuthi ungene ngasekitchen ubese uyabona ukuthi nangu usenzulele laphayana
Or at what point did you make the call?
okanye mhlambe wafona nini ngasiphi isikhathi
Angikhoshi.
mawukhumbula nje izenzakalo laphayana ukuthi kwaphambi kwani or emva kokuthi kwenzakaleni wasenifonela amaphoyisa.
Angikhumbuli kahle ngoba yonke into nje kwenzakale nje lot of into eziningi same time.
I cannot recall clearly. There's many occurrences that happened, multiple occurrences that happened at the same time.
Do you perhaps remember what time was it when you called the police?
Uyakhumbula ukuthi bekungobani isikhathi mawufonela amaphoyisa? Mhlawumbe nje mawuhlambisa
Ngabo ngabo past 8. Past 8 to past 8
PM.
PM.
It could have been around 8 PM. That is after 8 PM.
Yes, what happened further that evening?
Kwase kwenzakalani ke emva kwalokho khona ngalobo busuku
Upon your return from the
shuthi masenibuya ke
hospital and after explaining to your parents what happened?
masenibuya esibhedlela ke nokuthi emva kokuthi uqetsela ke abazali ukuthi kwenzakaleni base kwenzakalani emva kwalokho
Vele
khona kulobo busuku
besekugcwele vele community beyikhona and namaphoyisa amanye bese wakhona.
the place was crowded already. The community members were there. The police members of the SAPS were also there.
Yes.
Into engikhumbulayo ukuthi nje azange silale that night.
What I recall is the fact that We couldn't sleep that night.
Yes.
And ngapha bekunabantu.
Yes, what was happening?
Ngapha futhi bekunabantu abanye esingabazi kodwa bebasibuza imibuzo basithatha i-statement.
On the other hand,
same evening or same night.
On the other hand, there were people that were unknown to us, who were interviewing us, asking questions, taking some statements.
Did you make a statement that night?
Wenza a statement when ngalobusuku.
Ngakhuluma nabamaphoyisa kodwa ngisakhumbula ukuthi beku that night or the following morning.
I did speak to the members of the police. I am uncertain of the fact that was it done that same night or the next morning.
Yes.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's about it.
Did you only make one statement, or what was the position?
When the statement is sort of Oganye?
Statement is two.
I made two statements.
Yes.
Mesokuqala yiso lesengithi basithatha khona lapho either ebusuku bakhona or early morning or khona nje lento iqeda ukwenzakala.
Now the first statement is the one that I've referred to as the statement that was taken that night after the incident, or it could have been early hours of the morning or just the next morning. That was the first statement.
Yes.
And then SS2 statement angisakhumbuli sona basithatha mara a bit later sekudlulile lento.
I cannot remember when exactly was the second statement taken, but that was a bit later after the incident had transpired.
Now, after the second statement, were you interviewed further regarding the incident?
After the
second
statement. Emva kwe statement SS2 ngabe ke yokwaba nezinye i-statement okanye mhlambe bakubuza imibuzo futhi
benginokuconsulta nje no advocate, and then yeah, maybe once or twice that was.
Well, there were some few consultations between myself and the advocate.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the police.
Sikhuluma ngamaphoyisa. Emva kwalezi statement ezo2 kodwa khona enye imibuzo abeza futhi bazokubuza yona okanye
after the statement said SS2 I think yeah kwathulelwa look yazange sibekho nezinye.
Now after this the second statement it was quiet. There were no other interviews or interactions between myself and the police. There wasn't.
Now, coming back to the evening when you returned from the park on the 26th of October 2014.
Lobo busuku masenbuya ngibuye ephakeni nge 26 is October 2014.
Did you notice anything at the Khumalos before you had the commotion that you referred to? Were there any vehicles that you noticed at the Khumalos?
Ngabe khona ukuthize mhlawumbe wakuqaphela ngaphandle ngale commotion kukhuluma ngayo umsindo hamba kwabantu lapho. Mhlawumbe khona ilokho njani into efana nemoto mhlawumbe uyayibona lapho. Okuthize nje ongathi kuyikhethile ongakhuluma ngakho.
Nini
maniphume parking. Is it at the time that we were coming?
When you came from the concert in Katlehong.
Man come concert.
Okay, must come ku concert. Masingene egate ejartini bekunaba I2 babhema ngapha kuBukhumalo.
About who?
Yeah.
When we came back from the concert, inside of the Khumalo's yard, there were two gentlemen who were smoking.
Yes, where were they?
Babe kuphi kahle kahle?
On the Khumalo's side, next to the kitchen.
Next to the kitchen, inside of the Khumalo's yard or the premises. Uthi babe ngaphakathi laphana kwaKhumalo, emzini kaKhumalo, eduze ke nomnyango wasekhishi.
Photo 6 of Exhibit D can be shown. Are you able to illustrate your evidence using it?
Ngakwazi ukuthi mhlambe usibonise ke ubhekele lesi sihloko. There's a particular spot that is being pointed at photo number 6. The light is moving close to the corner of that house, and that is also next to the last window that is depicted in that, on that side of the house. I should also further add, Your Lordship, that this is sort of a passage between the house and the partitioning wall or the fence.
And did you know them?
Ububazi.
Cha.
I didn't know them.
Anything that you noticed? Any other thing?
Ngabe khona uthize mhlawumbe owaqaphela?
Kushuthi nje sithe masingena sababona bami ngapha sababulisa nje then sangena endlini.
Now, when we entered our premises, we saw them standing inside of the yard of the Khumalos, and then we just greeted them and went into the house, into our house.
Did you notice any vehicles at the Khumalos?
Ngabe khona imoto wayiqaphela ezazilaphana kaKhumalo?
Khona imoto ered ngayinothisa kodwa ngicama ukuthi bekungasilelanga leli bekuyi elinye ilanga ime ngaphandle ipolo ered.
Elinye ilanga phambi kwesigameko emva kwesigameko?
Before.
Okay. It may not have been on the day in question, but there was a red polo vehicle that I saw that was parked. Uthi beme kuphi?
Ngibonisa kabo Khumalo ngaphandle.
Now that vehicle had parked at the Khumalos, but on the outside of the yard. This is the vehicle that I saw before the incident.
Now, on the day in question, did you see it?
Ngalelo langa lesigameko uye wayibona?
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
Now, what was the state of your sobriety on the day?
Wena ke ngalolu suku ke ubuhluzeke kangakanani engqondweni? Ake sisho ukuthi mhlambe buphapheme kangakanani? Ushaya imponjwana, ubungashayila imponjwana, ubunjani?
Khona ilanga lakhona bengingaphaphemanga 100% because besibuya ku concert. So bengishayile a couple of beers.
But on that day in question, I wasn't totally sober because we were coming from the concert. I had taken a few beers.
Yes, but what was the state of your sobriety?
Shuthi ke ubudakiwe noma ubungadakiwe?
Anye ngithi sidakwe kangako. I was still fine, but bengizizwa ukuthi I want to go rest.
I wouldn't say that I was extremely drunk. I could still feel that I wanted to go rest. That's what I noticed. I felt that I wanted to go rest.
Thank you, my Lord Judicial.
Thank you. Yes, Mr. Afsel.
I think what this is, my Lord. My Lord, perhaps we should also start with the same exercise whereby we read the statements of the witness. We read up the statements of the witness into record, because in his testimony now, in evidence in chief, he states that he doesn't recall how many statements he made. He says he says he made 2, but we are in possession of a third statement, my Lord, that was also disclosed to us.
By the way, there are 3 statements.
Indeed, there are 3 statements.
So that exercise, you say who conducted it?
It was Mr. Khumalo, my Lord.
And what was the reason?
So that we put certain versions that are said to him, and if there are previous inconsistent statements, we shouldn't refer back and forth to statements individually, my Lord.
Yes, Mr. Mnisi, what's your view?
I don't have a problem.
What does I don't have a problem mean? I don't have a problem.
Yes,
What does it mean?
Me and the court are on the same page. You don't have a problem.
I have a problem. Mr. Mashoro. Sorry, Mr. Khumalo.
But you can conclude the same exercise. It's up to my colleague
Okay.
how he wants to conduct his case.
Mr. Mashoro. Mr. Mashoro.
My Lord, I submit that for the purpose of the progress, the witness can be referred to the statement and the date, and then directed to the contradictions, other than reading the whole statement into the record. That's my suggestion.
What time are we going to adjourn today, Mr.
It's 3:30, my Lord.
Should we start tomorrow?
As a court cases.
Maybe we'll have a problem tomorrow, Mr. Mnisi.
My Lord, before we adjourn, I have a request, my Lord.
I think we can discuss it in chambers.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
If the court can just wait in the corridor.
All right. Okay, we adjourn until tomorrow at 10.
So we access